Okay, this is just a short video for Michelle and Josh. Michelle, you and I have bounced back a few emails before, but I thought I'd put together about 10 minutes worth of thoughts in this little YouTube video. In short, if you like what you see in this video, you'll know if we should talk. At the same time, if you don't like what you see in this video, then you'll know we shouldn't set up a time to talk. But I'd love to catch up with you sometime in Kansas City, either in the Lawrence location or your new one in Park Place. Anyway, my name is Brian West. I'm with Sound Products, and what I'm talking about is text message mobile marketing, a very specific strategy for capturing mobile phone use, engaging your customers, and monetizing technology. And this is, of course, for the economic benefit of your business. Otherwise, why do it? I'm estimating about a 15-to-1 return on investment, or around $5,000 to $6,000 a month in incremental revenue per location for you guys by adding this one little thing, which is mobile marketing. So I'll just rip through a little bit of stats here. I won't try to bore you to death, but there's a few things you just got to know. Look, the reason we are talking about text message marketing is because we can reach 97% of adults 18 to 44. They own mobile devices. And even folks over 55, 1 in 4 has a smartphone. And if you're 25 to 35, that percentage is 64% with a smartphone. But the biggest thing, if you remember any one statistic of all, is that mobile open rates on text messages are 97%. So when we send out a text message to 1,000 people, 970 of them will see it, compared to maybe 1 in 5 with email marketing and with social media. It's a whole different thing. But why is mobile marketing important? And of course, we need to talk before I'd be able to advise things like discounting and so on. But if you guys do discounting, if you do it via text message, we get a 10 times higher redemption rate than traditional. One of the best things about text marketing is it takes, on average, 90 seconds for the average person to respond to it, which means see it and read it. And you guys are in the food business. So when you send a text message at 11 o'clock, or when people are making their lunch decisions or their drive home decisions, and you send that perfectly timed text message that says, come in and get a juicy burger and a beer and a this and that, you can compel the behavior that you want. And we want to send it via text because everybody has their mobile device within reach 24/7, and everybody reads every text message. And it does skew by age, of course. Now, 91% of the general population is texting. It is the largest form of communication in the world. But if you're 18 to 29, there's a 95% chance you're texting. And if you're 30 to 49, it's 82%. And then for people 50 to 64, it's almost 60%. And then folks older than 65, it's about 20% are texting daily. The thing is, this is a new form of technology overall. It's been around for about 4 or 5 years, and we're on the cusp or the front side of this. Now, of course, you could be and probably will be doing text message marketing in 10 years from now, but by that time, it'd be old and tired compared to where this technology is right now. And that's why, and this is where I was a VP of Business Development with a company who we basically grew this database to 24,000 brick and mortars. So we know how people with cheap cheeseburgers at Sonic use mobile marketing, and we can also do it with people with premium foods and drinks like yours. So the thing is, of course, you're looking at all sorts of ways. You're talking to media consultants, and they're saying you should do this, and you should do this, and you should do this, and all that. And that's fine. Do it all. Whatever your budget can say, you can do. But we're talking about if you do Facebook marketing, you can reach about half of the American population, which is still pretty good, right? But of course, the other forms of social media are kind of struggling right now. Twitter's had 4 quarters of backwards growth. But people with SMS, meaning they can get text messages, phone is 92%. So we can reach virtually everybody. And what the goal is to get extra transactions out of each customer. We have very specific strategies. Of course, we need to talk to figure out how you plan on advertising, but how to steal customers via mobile device. Also, very specific strategies, including some of the demos I have for you to grow your social media. And then also how you can make email marketing. If you're liking it and doing it, how can we make that work better through mobile? It's real simple if you know what you're doing. But in the end, what we're trying to do is mobilize all your marketing, via it if it's print or direct mail or Facebook, or handing out coupons at a Chamber of Commerce meeting. Or maybe you hand a tablet to somebody and say, hey, be sure to type your cell phone number on the way out the door, and I'll send you a coupon right to your cell phone. The whole name of the game, though, is you have 2 kinds of customers. Your loyal customers are somebody who just gave you money, and then customers who've never given you money. And so we have very specific strategies on how to get extra visits. And if we can get 3,000 virginal customers or new customers in 1 year to eat here once or twice more to get 3,000 or 6,000 additional transactions, we're going to be friends. And I know we can do that via text message marketing if we have a smart and sophisticated approach. But the number one thing you got to do, though, is make sure that when people come into the store that they know that they can opt in via text message or a scanner. So there's a bunch of ways to do it, through counter displays, or if you have bag stuffers, window displays, and A-frames, and if you have receipts that you can do a marketing on, yeah, type up a message, text BurgerFi 1 to 72727 to get your blah, 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 blah. And then also if you guys do catering materials and things like that, it's always good. People will see and go, oh, wow, I never knew this place existed. And they text in, and now you have them. Then we also have higher tech ways via tablet. If we look at this really closely, like this is just a piece of sample collateral material. And by the way, this is a good spot to pause the video because everything you see on the screen is live. So go ahead and pause it and then come back here in a minute. But if you text BurgerFi space 1, BurgerFi 1 to 72727, you'll get a keyword coupon. And here's just an example of maybe a piece of collateral that would say that. Text BurgerFi to get your special offer, forward to Facebook from your mobile and get us, we can get you specials if you do that too. And then also for people who have the scanners. So I'd encourage you to do that. Then also text Burger Kiosk to 72727. I've actually built a live working campaign that you can check on. All right, so check those out. Ding, here we go. Moving forward, it's about ROI. And if we have one location, and I know you're building a couple right now and I'm more on the way, the point is to get 10 opt-ins a day, every single day, forever. 5 at lunch, 5 at night. And I have no idea what your average transaction amount is because your pricing is not on your website or I couldn't see it quick. But anyway, let's just pretend your average transaction is $15. Okay, if we get 10 people a day, 5 at lunch and 5 at night to say, yeah, I'll trade my cell phone for 3 text messages a month and, oh, I get a free coupon every once in a while or maybe a little incentive. Swell. We can get 10 a day. So a year from now, that would mean we'd have 3,000 in our database, and we'll send 3 text messages to those folks. Now, somewhere between 2 and 7% will come in and buy whatever you tell them to do. All right. And we will measure this so you will know how close to true this is for you. And it's going to depend on the campaign. Between 2 and 7, we'll buy what you say. And let's just say on average, yours is 4%. Well, that's an additional 360 additional transactions per month. And at $15 a head, that's about $5,000 a month in additional revenue. So we are talking about trading $1 bills for $15 bills. And of course, we need to plug in your numbers and some other things before we can really make this real. But this would be a conservative estimate for you guys. Another way to think about this is if we're sending 2 or 3 text messages to people who asked for them, and it's 4 cents per, well, that's 12 cents a month, right? $1.44 a year. So you're going to reach each one of your customers who opt in, 24 to 36 times because of that open rate of 97% for $1.44. And if they come in and buy one burger for $12, that one client who came in one more time is worth $12, a 12 to 1 ROI versus that dollar you spent to encourage them to come back. And this page right here is an hour's worth of talking. There is a ton of Wismos and gizmos that mobile marketing can do, and if we talk, we'll find out if any of those are appropriate. But really what we're trying to do is to set up an appointment with you guys and see if any of this makes sense to you. If it does, give me a call. You can text Brian West to 72727 and get a whole bunch of stuff. This is another great screen to pause it. It's the end of the video too, so feel free to pause it. But if you text SPY to 72727, you'll get our mobile website with a whole bunch of stuff. If you want to see what a loyalty punch card looks like, you can text SPY Pizza 3. And then, of course, I did build some demos for you. Text BurgerFi 1 to 72727 and Burger Kiosk. And I didn't even demo this in the movie, but if you text BurgerFi Fries to 72727, it shows a real simple campaign. That's the scoop. I'd love to set a time and talk with you more appropriately. Bye-bye.